Hello everyone, this is Tetrafolium, and I'm doing hopefully what's going to be a quick video just to kind of show you all what's going on with my viability rankings. So if you missed my stream, I mean I don't know if I would recommend you go watch it. It was long, and I have had some people ask if I would go in and put chapters. Maybe, I don't know. It sounds like a lot of work for I don't know how much benefit, but um, I do want to do a quick summary of how I went about going through this if you're interested in doing something like this yourself. So I think I'll actually do some more work on the back end and edit in so I can show you the um, link for this. This is called biassorter.nortu.fr/sorter.html. I know it's kind of a mouthful. Um, but I'll also have it linked in the description. You can go and if you, let's say we'll do it on a new screen here. And yeah, so how this works is basically you get into this hello, bias sorter. It works a little weird if you like already have one open in another tab, but you start here and you generate a list. So say you wanted to do a list of your favorite legendary Pokemon. So it's Tapu Koko, Tapu Fini, Tapu Bulu, and Regigigas. Why did I pick that one? I didn't know if I spelled that right. I think that's right. Um, we don't fuck with Tapu Lele. So yeah, you go in and you generate, and then it's gonna ask you which of these Pokemon or things more generally you like better. I think Bulu's better than Regigigas. I think Koko's better than Fini. I think Koko's better than Bulu. Fini better than Bulu. All right, there you go. And then it ranks them based on what you input. So I said Koko was better than Fini, and I said Fini was better than Bulu, and I said Bulu better than Gigas. So that kind of makes sense, right? Of course, the more items you put in, the longer you're going to have to spend on ranking them. So what I generally like to do, if I was going to do this for a large portion or a large sample size of a list, is I kind of split the list somewhere in the middle. If you watch my stream, I did it with the OU ranked Pokemon. I think I can even pull that up over here. Oh, that's the UUBLs. So these are all OU ranked Pokemon that are going to be on the screen here. So I had Tyranitar number 1, Skarmory number 2, Metagross number 3, and so on and so forth, all the way down to what I think is the worst OU ranked Pokemon, Breloom. And then I ranked the UUBLs, but I thought I might want to rank some of the UUBLs higher than some of my lower end OUs. So I had my list of UUBLs set up, and then I picked the bottom 4 and sorted them in with the UUBLs. And we kind of came up with this list where I guess I put, what's 6 Pokemon over our bottom 4 OUs, so that's kind of interesting. I think I've actually went back and put Weezing down a little bit at the end of the stream. But yeah, this is kind of the whole list there. And then I used another site. This is called tiermaker.com. I'm sure if you look up like ADV OU tier list and you don't let them try to redirect you to ADC like tier list, I don't know what that is, then this will probably come up in your browser, but I'll leave a link to it down in the description as well. And this is kind of my whole tier list here. I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty of why I decided exactly to put what Pokemon where, but this is just here for you if you're interested in what my sort of thoughts are on certain Pokemon. I have had people ask that I've shown this to, like, why do you have Flygon so high, for example? Well, that goes a little bit maybe into my ranking philosophy. I'm not somebody who's like an expert on Pokemon or an expert on ranking. I didn't even like become eligible for this to count on like the real ADV viability rankings. So take what I say with a grain of salt, of course. But each of these tiers, I feel like the Pokemon in them like hold something valuable, right? I think that Tyranitar and Skarmory absolutely 100% need to be considered in the team builder. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have either of them in your team, but you have to have a team that deals with them, right? Metagross, Blissey, and Swampert, I think, are almost just like there. I mean, you're probably not going to have a very good team if you lose to these Pokemon, but yeah, you should be considering them pretty heavily in the builder as well. The next ones down are Pokemon that just have a lot of utility or power that can help you out on a lot of different team styles. Maybe Suicune's a little bit more limited on the teams that it fits on, but it is, in my opinion, one of the most potent endgame sweepers, and it's another one of those Pokemon where it's like you kind of have to have a Suicune answer, otherwise you're just gonna get 6-0'd. The next Pokemon down are just like very valuable utility, stuff like that. Snorlax, kind of similar to Suicune in a way, where it's got really potent endgame potential. Does need a little bit of support though, and I think that's kind of what this tier is like they're all really good and they all are great additions to a team, but they need to be a little bit more supported than your A-. B- is what I would call like archetype merchants. Like they're really good on particular archetypes, like for example Flygon with Superman or Milotic with V5. Charizard a little less so. I think there's like, yes, it's really good on mix offense, but I don't know if I would say it's like literally living and dying by that one archetype. But in any case, shout outs to those of you who like me saying that for some reason. Like these are like Pokemon that they're really good on specific teams that I have a lot of respect for, but they're maybe a little bit limited outside of those specific applications. Next one down, I think, are Pokemon that are pretty solid, but they definitely need some support. Below that, I think, is kind of like the cusp of OU. I'm not sure if I'm considering like C- to be like my OU cutoff or C+. It would be a little strange if I'm saying like, you know, I really do like Vaporeon, Umbreon, Jinx, Weezing, Regice, and Donphan, but do I really think that they're OU worthy? I don't know. I think this is what, if I was the person making the tier list, I think this tier right here would be UUBL and everything below it would be UU. But you know, I don't make the rules, so yeah. You might be surprised that I put Breloom so low as well. Other Pokemon like Moltres as well. I think it's a matter a little bit of the teams that I've used and what I've like tried so far. I might need to try Moltres and Breloom some more. I might need to try some of these other Pokemon some more, like Regirock. I know a lot of people are big believers in Regirock. Houndoom, I think I should try. Smeargle, I really don't like it, but I probably should try it. Give it a fair shake. Yeah, and then there are some Pokemon down here that were considered. I tried to consider almost every Pokemon that I've made a video about, as well as Pokemon that I've faced enough on ladder that I kind of, you know, have a gist of what they do. And I kind of considered that these Pokemon are not even really that good. Like, I don't know if everything like here and up, E and up, I would either consider building a team for it in a tournament, or I would consider my opponent building with it, like as a serious thing. I know like Golduck is maybe not that serious, but I really liked it when I used it for that guacamole challenge. So I might experiment with it a little bit more. But yeah, there's a bunch of other Pokemon down here. You can always add more Pokemon to this if you can find on Bulbapedia the PNG of the sprite and upload it in here. You can add more. I did not add all of these in. Somebody else already put that in for me, and I just kind of used what they've got. So if there's another Pokemon on here that you really want to rank, like, I don't know, Piloswine or um, uh, Squirtle, I guess, then you can upload it and put it in yourself. There are also a handful of Pokemon down here that maybe I think could have been worth considering that I just have not played with before. I'm interested in a good handful of these, so let me know if you want a video on any of these. Although I think, based on my analytics, you guys are more interested in videos on like these guys, S, A minus, maybe B plus. Those tend to do a little better in the algorithm, but that's fine. The stream was very fun. I'm definitely looking to do more streams in the future, so if you have nothing else to say based on all of this, please comment down below what you want me to stream. I'm definitely down to play some games. I know some people have been asking for Mystery Dungeon. Maybe we'll do that at some point. But that's it for this. Hope that was helpful, and we'll see you for the next video.